Okay, well, welcome back to now we're calling it Bitcoin Battle. I know we've gone through a couple different names here, but I think we've decided this is going to be the name. Joining me again is my dad, who is the Bitcoin or crypto skeptic, and I'm the crypto optimist here. And each week I release a new video that explains a topic and that deals with crypto, and then me and my dad discuss it. Dad, if you want to tell a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get right into it.
Well, I'm a crypto skeptic because I've I've invested in the stock market and invested different things in the past and have a feeling for what a good investment is and what a bad investment is. I just think that crypto is the latest thing, and there's nothing really there. Um, so we
Well,
argue and debate this every day, and now we put it
that
on the
reminds me,
internet.
I want to I want to discuss something about Charlie Munger with you. So something that I just recently saw. So we'll get back to that. But for
Okay.
today's topic, we talked about the Bitcoin halving. Dad, if you want to explain to the audience what the Bitcoin halving is and what your understanding of it is.
Well, my understanding is that every 4 years, approximately, the technology is set up so that when the miners mine and get paid basically for doing the work that they do, um, doing all the making all the transactions go through on the ledger, they get paid in Bitcoin. And every 4 years, the amount that they get paid gets cut in half. So that's essentially it. Is there anything more than that?
I mean, that's the basic gist of it. I mean, there's a little bit more to it. I mean, like it's not exactly every 4 years. It just works out that way. It's
It's
every
based on how
210.
many blocks.
It's
That,
two. Yeah, it's based on 210,000 blocks mined, and it works out to be roughly every 4 years because the way that it's set up, it's supposed to be that a
every 10
block.
minutes,
Yeah,
something gets
a
done.
block. It's supposed to be about every 10 minutes a block is mined, and it adjusts itself um, every 2 weeks. There's an adjustment made if there's more miners and that they're figuring it out quicker. They're because they're doing calculations. So if there's more miners, then they're able to figure it out quicker. So the program adjusts and makes the difficulty even more difficult. It adjusts the difficulty of the problems
Mm-hmm.
that the miners need to solve. So, it's trying to keep it
Yeah.
every 10 minutes. So,
So, all right. So now, tell everybody who's watching why this is such a great thing for the price
well,
of Bitcoin.
um, in the past, it has equated to, more gains and it kind of keeps going up and up like that every 4 years. And yeah, and I know what your position might be that it could just be the hype now that there's more media out there surrounding the halving, but it doesn't necessarily happen right away. It usually takes a good 8 to 10 months before it actually goes to its peak after the halving. So
Why is that? So what make so what does make it
it the
what makes the
the
price go up?
supply, you know,
The supply
the the
of
reason that
coins.
the reason that it was set up the way that it was so that Bitcoin would act more like a commodity, like gold. There's a fixed amount of gold on the earth, and um, as you've mined gold, it becomes harder and harder to mine for more gold, or find more gold. So it was supposed to act in that way. So um, I think and the price of gold continues to go up and up at a sort of steady pace. You
That could be
disagree?
debated. Well,
It
yeah, because
hasn't
it
gone
seems
up
to
over
be
time.
well, as inflation and the dollar and
It's
everything, it seems to be
well,
connected more with. But anyhow, but
gold has
I
acted.
that's not the
Gold has
point.
acted as a good store of value for a very, very long, thousands of years. So Bitcoin was supposed to act in that sort of a way, a store of value that would become,
Well, it's
not
debatable.
with this.
That is debatable because you know the
Well, tell
the
me what's your
price of
position on
gold
this? Yeah.
seems to fluctuate. Well, I want to know. You haven't answered my
Mhm.
question. My question was,
Okay.
why is the price of Bitcoin supposed to be? You said in your video that now is the time, or yeah, now is the time to buy Bitcoin because you could get rich because of the halving. So I want to know what makes
Well,
when you say,
I use the title that's you know get rich because
well,
the
why? All
halving's
right, so
coming up, and yeah,
and
yeah.
it's going to make the price of Bitcoin. What? So what about the halving is going to make the price of
Well,
Bitcoin go up?
there's less supply and demand. If there's less Bitcoin being introduced on the market, the price should start going up.
Are you saying that there's going to be less Bitcoin?
There's less Bitcoin on the market being introduced. Right now
Oh, you
there's a certain
mean
amount of Bitcoin being mined and
so,
introduced.
so you're saying
Also,
there's going to be less
miners,
Bitcoin? Well, are you saying then you're not saying there's going to be less Bitcoin? You're saying there's going to be
no,
less more Bitcoin. It's not going to
yeah,
be
less
it's not
being
coming in.
introduced.
It'd be like if they were
Well, it's
printing
okay
dollars.
if you
Well,
had.
let me just say. Well,
Go ahead,
let me
go ahead.
finish. If
Yeah,
so, what if it were dollars? You're saying, well, they're printing more every day. They're printing more dollars, but in the future, they're not going to be printing so many more. They're going to cut the. They're not
no,
going to print. So in other words, inflation won't be going up. It will still be going up because they're printing more dollars. They're
no.
just going to be not
So
printing it so fast. Is that what
no,
you're saying about
so
Bitcoin?
no,
No.
no, no. So miners mine Bitcoin by supplying their computing power to the blockchain to be able to verify the transactions. We all know that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the people
Yeah.
watching know that so far.
Yeah.
They then need to sell some of that Bitcoin to pay for their electricity and maybe their
So miners get
mining
paid
gear.
for doing the work that they do. They get paid
They get
in
Bitcoin
Bitcoin.
in Bitcoin. Yes,
So
you
now
know
they're
that.
going to be getting they're just going to be getting
So
less
so
Bitcoin.
yeah. So they get paid in Bitcoin. They have to sell it on the market to be able to make the money to be able to pay for their operation and make a profit. Typically, you'll see in the news because it's all on the blockchain. When miners are holding their Bitcoin or they're selling their Bitcoin, and typically, when there's less Bitcoin on the market, miners will hold on to it for a better price because they can't sell it at a cheap price to be able to pay for their stuff. So they'll hold on to it. And so what I liken it more towards is a fisherman, and when there's less fish out there in the ocean, the price of fish goes up. They have to
So
sell
all
it at a
right.
higher
So let me
price.
get this straight. Let me understand this. So all right. So fisherman goes out in the ocean and he gets fish. All right. But the price of fish went down. So he doesn't sell his fish. How does he live? Like, how does he pay for his expenses up? So my question to you would be, sorry, these
No, the
in
price is the
my
price of fish
what?
only goes down when there's less fish. If everyone has fish on the market, the price goes down. If there isn't enough fish out there, the price goes up. They have
So
to
they
sell it at a
hold the
higher
fish,
price.
so they don't
Oh,
sell the
that's not
fish,
how that
and
works.
that makes the price go up. Well, my understanding is that all right.
It's
So the
based
mar
on
the
how much
miners.
fish. That's why it takes so long. It doesn't happen right away. It takes like a few months after the halving. It's like, over the course of a year after the halving that the price slowly goes up and up and up. There's less of it out
Because
there. The same way like when you see fish on the market, if the fishermen are getting less fish, that price of the fish starts going up and up and up.
so these miners, all right, so they're mining and they've got expenses because the electricity is expensive, all these things, right? So now,
Yep.
so they're used to getting 10 Bitcoin. Now they're only getting 5, right? So now instead of selling it, they're keeping it. How are they
Well, they may
surviving and
say a
paying their
little bit.
bills?
They may pay some
I
of
would
it. Well,
think
they might go on credit. They may
I I
they may
would
go
I
into
would think
debt. Some of them go
well
into
now
debt.
interest rates are high. I would think that they would be selling more right away to pay their bills.
That's not how it
And
works.
if they sell well, even down the road, all right, so say they don't sell it right away, say they hold on to it, right? When they start selling it, it's going to drive the price down, not up. In other words,
I'm telling you
they
how
hold
it's
on to they.
happening. It's like you're saying
I
how
know,
you
but
think it
well, yeah,
should
but you're
work,
saying,
but I'm telling you how it does
yeah,
work.
but
Like it's
wait, yeah, but you're saying the price went up, but that doesn't necessarily mean the price went up because the miners were selling it. That's my
no,
argument
they're
is
it's
that let me
going
just
up
finish. Let me
because they're
finish, right?
not selling it. You understand the fish analogy?
But
When there's
wait,
less
oh
fish out
wait.
there, the price
The
of it goes
price
up, right?
doesn't. They don't sell it. Wait, all right. The halving happen. Well, let me just finish this thought. The halving happens, so they don't sell it. So the price doesn't do anything for 18 months. Finally, at some point, the price goes up, and then they sell it, make the price go down, but it doesn't go down.
You
It
you're
keeps
you're
going up.
talking about it as if it's like one thing and then another thing. I'm talking about it. It's constantly happening over the whole time, but it's just how the market's going. It's like it's always going. There's buying and selling the whole time. There are miners that are selling. I'm just saying that the majority are doing one thing or the other thing, and it's going slowly. It's slowly manipulating one way or the other, and it's slowly as there's less of it. I mean, it's a simple concept of supply and demand. There's less of something, the
Well,
price
no, there's
goes
not
up.
less of. Wait, yeah,
If
but
there's a
it isn't
demand,
less.
yeah,
There's not less Bitcoin because there's more Bitcoin being coming out every time they do the work. So it's
but there's
not
less
less
on the
Bitcoin.
market. If it's not on the market,
Well, not necessarily. I mean, last year, or look, so last year, a year ago, there had been a total of 19.3, or this year, there's a total of 19.3 million Bitcoin
yeah.
tokens in thing, right? Last year,
No,
there
wait.
was
Don't just
19,
say in the
a
thing.
year ago.
There's
Well, I'm just saying a
what
year
the thing.
previously,
Yeah.
right? So
Wait, you said
wait,
the
let
thing.
me make,
What thing? There's 19 million
I'm saying that,
Bitcoin in existence. Okay, let's be
right.
clear
All
about
right.
that.
A year
Okay.
before, yeah, a year, let me finish. A
But
year
and
before,
also, wait, how many of
let me
those
finish what I'm saying.
are
I'm not finished
missing
what I'm saying.
or because some of them aren't on the market, aren't even in existence. Okay,
Right,
go ahead.
right. That's what
All
my,
right, go
yeah,
ahead.
but my
Yeah,
point
get to that.
being the all right. A year ago, there were 19 million Bitcoins out there. Whether
Yeah.
some of them are, they're all, most of them are being kept by people like you, holding on to them, waiting for them to get more higher price. Most of them are not really, they're not in circulation. It's not like people are using them for currency. So what I'm saying is there are 19 million last year. This year there are 19.3 million. All right. So that's not like a lot of all of a sudden now there's less or more, it's like it's pretty stable as far as what's out there. What makes a difference is people holding on to it or not. So I'm saying is that there's a
Yeah.
halving, but that doesn't really make a difference in the supply. There really doesn't. There's not a 19.3, 19 million. There's not a big difference in supply. And you're telling me that every time there's a halving, the price goes up. I'm saying that,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't seem to be a reason for it to go up. So you know what they say, correlation doesn't necessarily prove causation. All right. And I'm saying just because it's going up 18, sometimes it's 18 months, sometimes it's 2 months. It's not like, and besides, if it were a fact and there
Okay.
was a
So,
causation, wait, let me finish my point. If there was
yeah.
a causation, if the having caused this and people know about it, the price would go up for that, just like stocks. It's only when news is surprising that it makes the price of a stock go up or down. And the halving isn't a surprise at all. So there's no reason for it to say, oh, now it's going to go up. And it doesn't really just go up like that because it's no news. Everybody knew 4 years ago that this was going to happen. So I don't see where there's a causation how the halving actually causes the price of Bitcoin to go up.
I'm going to answer that in a second, but I have to say my eye just keeps twitching and I can't get it to stop. It's bugging the hell
Isn't
on
isn't
me.
that
It just
wait, isn't
it
that
just won't.
doesn't that happen when you're nervous? Like
No, I looked it
like
up and it
you're
said that
arguing.
it was from staring at like my phone or my computer too long. It's awful. It just
Now
keeps
I have
it's
to put
like
on
the
my
eyelid.
glasses and see if it's true.
It like keeps
Let
it
go.
like
Yeah, but I
it's
can't
not
see it,
doing it
Troy.
now.
It's
It's
not
not doing it.
okay.
Oh, did you see it there? Yeah,
No,
I can't.
nobody's noticing. Forget about it. Ignore it.
But it hurts me. It hurts me. Like it's not. It's just like
Oh,
Anyway, so the going. Let me answer this. So the first time there was a halving, so in that first 4 years, you got I think 50 Bitcoin, right? Then it was 25, then it was 12 and a half. Set now it's like 7 to whatever 2 5, and then it's gonna be so. Remember,
true.
after that first halving, the price went up. I think it was like 100%, or I mean 100 times the price. Okay, then it went up 17, I think, or no 20. Forget what the each. What I'm saying is, yeah, the price is going up each time, but it's less each time. So yeah, there's in the halving, it's going. We're getting less and less each time, but also the amount that it's going up, as far as like the price going up, is coming down too. So it's like I think the last time from the bottom to the top, it was like a 17 times, right? I don't think this time we won't get like a 17 times price hike.
Well, no, I don't think so because that put it over 100,000.
No, I think we'll
But
get something like a
but here
10
you
time.
go
We'll get
again.
a 10
You're
time.
this is this is the typical crypto spiel. It's always looking, oh, look at the charts.
Look
This
at
is
the
what it
charts
did
from
in the
the
past.
back,
Here we
the
go.
past.
This, it did that. No causation, never connecting a causation. It's always, oh,
I
look what we
did
did
tell
in
you,
the
but you're
past.
not getting what I'm
But
saying.
there's no
But
causation. There's no connection to it. You're trying to say that it was
I don't
the
know how the whole fish
a
thing is going like
supply.
right over
Don't
your
tell
head.
me. Don't tell.
Fisherman,
Yeah, but don't tell me that when it went from 50 to 25, all of a sudden there's not a supply of Bitcoin and the price went up 17 times. That's not possible. It doesn't add up. The numbers don't add up. I'm just saying that it looks good on charts, but it's always like, oh,
just
that's what it
because you
did.
can't do
And
the
you know, the
math
last
doesn't mean
time,
that the numbers don't add up. I mean, they add up because they did add up. They added up. It happened. It
oh,
happened. So
so
obviously it adds
supply
up.
and demand is a number thing. It has to do with numbers.
Yeah.
And if there's a great demand, okay, and there's a little supply in something, that would make sense. But it doesn't make any sense. You got
And
19
that's
million,
the
and instead of
problem
a
is
lot more. instead of 6 more being done on every time they do a block or whatever, it's only going to be 3. What's the big deal? How can that make
Because
the
you
price
don't
go
demand
up and
it.
down?
You don't want it. So obviously you think that it's not worth anything. But the people who do see value in the technology and where they put their money, they do see
Not
value
the
in it. So they
technology. It has nothing to do with technology. Has nothing to do with
okay.
technology. Bitcoin,
All right.
Bitcoin has
The tech
nothing to do with technology.
okay.
Bitcoin, blockchain is technology. Bitcoin is
Yes.
a store of value or a currency, which we
But
know now
but
that the currency
it's a
isn't
mix
working too
of
well.
technology and community. The fact that you have such a you could just create your own Bitcoin. It wouldn't be hard. However, you wouldn't have the community of the miners and the developers and the people running the nodes and the holders of it, because we already hold uh Bitcoin. It would be like, sure, you could create your own Facebook. I've said this to you before. You could create your own Facebook, but you wouldn't have the community. You wouldn't have the advertising. The advertisers wouldn't want to come there. The people who use it and add content to it every day wouldn't be there. So yeah, there is technology. It's a website, whatever, but you have the community and everything else behind it. So
Well,
yeah, Bitcoin. I'm
the
telling you right
community is the
now,
religion. That's the part I
it's
agree.
not a
I agree. That's what keeps Bitcoin going is the community and the people hawking it, saying how great it is. You're going to get it. It's going to become a million. Now,
no.
Michael Saylor
You've
is saying
already
it's going to be
established.
10
You already
million
said that there is technology in the blockchain,
in
and
the
the fact that
blockchain.
you can keep
Everybody
track
says
of
that.
your
Yeah.
money by that and send money from one person to the other, right, without having an intermediary. We've already established that. So now all you have is that
Well,
religion
yeah.
of the
Well,
people
well, the problem with it is
who make.
we went through the currency thing in the Lightning Network last
Yeah,
time, and
yeah,
we
yeah,
agreed
yeah.
that Bitcoin
Okay.
really doesn't work as a currency. Let me ask you this, right? Let me change the subject slightly but relating
All
to
right.
this, right?
And before you get to
But
that, I want to say, because we only have about 8 minutes left, and I want to discuss Charlie Munger before we go. So go
well,
ahead.
wait, all right. This is
Go
on
ahead.
the halving thing, all right? So the
Go ahead.
miners get their pay cut in half now, all right? Because
Yep.
they're doing the same amount of work. The hash thing changes, right? So there's a good chance that a lot of these guys are going to be pissed off and find something else to do because it's not profitable anymore. And the coin and the thing doesn't. So what happens? So
Oh,
now there's
yeah.
a strain on the network, all right? So now the network loses power. It can shake the value, the belief in the network gets shaken higher, and it's going to be because the miners aren't making the money. The transaction fees have to go up, right? So now there's a good chance that the whole thing could collapse if the miners stop mining because they're not making enough money. They're either going to have to charge higher transaction fees or they're going to leave. And if they leave, the network suffers and it could actually collapse.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
price
that's
would
what
go
happened
way
into
down
when,
to nothing.
and then people buy more. That's what happens. It's again supply and
Well,
demand.
but
That's what
I mean,
happened
the
in
whole
China.
network,
You know that
the
like
whole
more
network
than
could fall apart.
no, more than half the miners were in China, and China banned mining. This was when the price went up to 60,000 in the past cycle. It dropped to 29,000 because all of the miners more than half.
Wait. You're telling me that the price of Bitcoin went sky high because of China, not because
No,
interest rates
what
were
are you talking?
practically zero and nobody wanted
That's not what
to
I'm
leave
saying. I
money in the
said that it
banks. They
dropped.
had no
What are
place
you,
to put
you're
their
you're
money to
talking
make
about
some
something
money.
else? Can I finish my point? Because that's not
Go
what I
ahead.
said. I said that when the miners left, I was discussing what you said, that if all the miners shut down, so more than half of the miners did shut down. Okay, the hash
They
rate
moved.
went.
They didn't. Well,
Well,
they
they went
moved.
offline, but for that whole time, the
For
price
how
went
long?
all
I don't.
6 months or something. But the price went all the way down to 29,000. But then they came back
So you're
online. They
saying
went right
that
back up.
that's what caused that?
Yes,
All right,
that's
I
that's
want to
what
look.
caused it.
So in
Yeah, look
other
it
words,
up.
all
All
right.
right.
So in
You
other
got some
words,
homework. Look that up.
if miners shut down, they
Yeah,
just
the
moved. They
price comes
moved.
down.
So they stopped. and the price went down. So this is my point. If those miners just say, look, I'm not making enough money doing this, they go, the
But then
price
more
of
people
Bitcoin will
buy.
go.
So as the price goes up, more people come online to mine because it's so profitable. When the prices go sky
How is
high,
it more profitable?
because the
What
price
comes
so
first, the chicken or the egg? The
if the
price
price
was down,
hey, let
people
me
went
tell you
into
because we only have
mine and it
5
went up.
minutes.
Okay.
If the price shoots sky high, more miners come online because it's more profitable to do that. If the price is
But what
crazy
made it go
high,
up? But what made the
just saying,
price
if
go
it
up?
what can I finish a thought? What is wrong with you? Can I every time I
I'm
go
just
to
saying,
finish a thought? Do you want to have a conversation with yourself or can I finish? All right. Price goes sky high. More miners come online. So
he's agreed.
yes,
Agreed.
as more miners come online, the difficulty has to become harder. So it's harder to make more Bitcoin. So they might be online, but you're not getting as many Bitcoins as you're not solving as many blocks. So some of them leave, and then the price will come down, and then as the
I'm just
hash rate
asking you. Okay, I'm just asking you. So when the
is
miners in
less.
China left, the price went down. All right. Then the price went up, and so more miners came in. I'm just asking you, what made the price go up to 60?
The halving. All right, we got 4 minutes. I just want to say you love Charlie Munger and what's his name,
He's got a lot of
Warren
character.
Buffett.
They have character.
Yeah,
They're honest
because
guys.
but
Yes.
guess what? Oh, they're
They're
honest
not
guys. Okay,
shilling.
so
Yeah.
yeah, they all hate Bitcoin. You know why? Where does Charlie
No, they
Munger
don't
have his
hate it.
money?
They think it's just a waste
A waste of time. Well, yeah. Where does Charlie Munger have his money?
in companies.
Banks. He's got his money. You can look this up. He's
He
got
doesn't have he's
yeah,
got all his
majority
money
of
in
his.
banks.
No, I'm saying in bank stocks.
Banks.
Uh,
Oh, bank
Bank of
stocks.
America. Yeah,
Bank
yeah,
stocks.
stocks and banks.
Oh, okay.
So which
All
is
right.
if
They banks do
they're
something.
competing with
Banks
Bitcoin.
do something.
Yeah. So
Right.
and he's
Banks
stuck
do
there.
something with
His
this.
money's stuck. I'm talking bank. The money. I'm making a point. Money. This is what people were complaining about. You keep talking over me and don't let me finish the thought. When you talk, I let you finish. All right. They he's stuck. His money's stuck there in California because if he takes his money out, he's gonna get slammed with like a lot of taxes. So he keeps it there getting dividends because they're basically tax free. You can look this up. His words. He said it. He said his money. He said my money's stuck there. I can't take it out. It's stuck in bank stocks. And banks, if crypto does well, it's not good for banks. It's very bad for banks. So he's got a vested interest in the banks, not in the crypto. So look it up. Go do your own
Okay,
research on that.
I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now. All right. Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, right? Most of their money is their wealth. Their wealth. Maybe their cash may be in a bank, right? But their
I didn't say
wealth
in a
is
bank,
in
in bank stocks.
birth. Well, in birth, halfway.
All the stocks that they
The
have are in. It's in.
no, that's not. They bailed
Go
out.
look it up. You
Part
can
of
look.
their money is
It's
in.
common
I'm
knowledge.
sure, but they don't have it in just a bank or in
No,
bank
I didn't
stock.
say in
I
a
know
bank.
that,
I said in a bank stock, dividend stocks for
right,
banks.
but they have it in
Bank of
all kinds of
America.
business.
In look it
You can
up.
look it up. It's not just in bank
Alibaba was the other
stocks.
one. He said it was the worst decision he made. But we have 1 minute left.
Well, those
Uh,
guys, all right. Those guys invest their money in companies, all right, in
yeah.
stocks that actually produce something. All right. They have a
All the
yield.
banks. What do the banks
Gold,
produce?
gold, gold. They're doing what Bitcoin would like to be doing, but they can't. All right. And that has to do with moving money and making a friction. They move thousands of billions of dollars
Centralized, making so
electronically
much money for
every day,
themselves.
frictionless.
Bitcoin goes to the people. All the fees go to the people.
Really?
If you
No,
want to
you know who's
supply,
making the money. The whales are making the money. Every time Bitcoin goes up and down, it's the whales are making the money. You guys are losing. you little guys are following it. Those guys are
And
creating
eventually
the
it will,
market.
the ripple will eventually fade out and it'll be spread out more. All right, we only have a minute
That's
left.
what they're telling you. That's what they're telling you.
So if you want to learn more about crypto, come to the channel, and we put out a video every week discussing a new topic, and then every week me and my dad, a crypto skeptic, and I, crypto optimist, will discuss it and debate it. Again, we changed the name to Bitcoin Battle, but don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, we will see you later.